There's a sound that comes from nowhere. No storm, no aircraft, no earthquake. Just a deep, resonant boom that rolls across the land and vanishes into silence. People have been hearing it for centuries. Different names, different continents. The same impossible phenomenon. A sound from a clear sky that science still cannot explain. They call them Skyquakes. The Seneca guns. The Mistpoeffers. The Barisal guns. Names that echo through history like the sounds themselves, sudden, unexplained, and deeply unsettling. Buildings shake, windows rattle. People rush outside, scanning the sky for answers. But the sky is empty, perfectly clear, and the sound has already gone. Tonight, we listen for something that refuses to be found, a mystery written in sound waves and silence. A phenomenon that spans the globe and defies every explanation. The reports go back centuries, long before aircraft. Long before any technology that could produce such sounds, Native American oral traditions speak of mysterious thunder from clear skies. In the Finger Lakes region of New York, settlers began documenting strange booms in the early 1800s. They named them after the Seneca people who had heard them first. The Seneca guns, they called them. Booming reports that sounded like distant cannon fire, rolling across the water with no source, no storm, no explanation. According to historical records compiled on Wikipedia, skyquakes have been reported on every continent for centuries. The phenomenon knows no borders. The Daily Galaxy documents how different cultures name these sounds: Mistpoeffers in Belgium, Barisal guns in India, Retumbos in the Philippines. Each name carries its own mystery. In Japan, the sounds are called Uminari. Wikipedia notes this translates literally to cries from the sea. Fishermen have heard them for generations. What makes these sounds so disturbing isn't their volume, though they can shake buildings. It's the absence of any visible cause. The American Academy of Audiology confirms these sounds can be loud enough to vibrate buildings and rattle windows. People feel them as much as hear them. Thunder explains nothing. These booms occur under perfectly clear skies. No clouds, no lightning. Just an empty blue expanse and a sound that shouldn't exist. Earthquakes explain nothing either. The ground doesn't move. Seismographs remain silent. The disturbance exists only in the air boom, without a source. BBC Science Focus reports that in 2020, University of North Carolina researchers cross-referenced news reports with seismographs and atmospheric sensors. They found no earthquake activity. The research team's conclusion, as reported by BBC Science Focus, the sounds must be coming from the atmosphere. But what in the atmosphere could produce them? Scientists have proposed theories. Meteors burning up in the atmosphere, bolides, could create explosive sounds, but most skyquakes occur with nothing visible in the sky. The Daily Galaxy lists proposed explanations: coronal mass ejections from the sun, escaping underground gas, collapsing land masses, atmospheric ducting. None account for all cases. Atmospheric ducting offers a partial explanation. Under certain conditions, sound waves can become trapped and travel hundreds of miles without losing energy. BBC Science Focus explains that atmospheric ducting can trap sound waves and carry them hundreds of miles with little energy loss. Distant events become local mysteries, but atmospheric ducting still requires a source. Thunder somewhere. An explosion somewhere. The ducting theory moves the mystery, it doesn't solve it. Military exercises and sonic booms from aircraft seem like obvious answers. But many skyquakes occur in areas with no military presence and no flight activity. Radar shows nothing. Flight logs show nothing. The military, when asked, often has no explanation to offer. The sounds simply arrive and depart without explanation. Strange Sounds website documents that the phenomenon continues today. November 2025 saw reports from Myrtle Beach, Norman, and Jodhpur. 3 continents. Same mystery. The global nature of the phenomenon defies simple explanation. The same sounds occur in coastal regions and landlocked areas, in cities and in wilderness. The sounds have been reported near oceans and near lakes. near mountains, and on flatlands. The geography offers no pattern. The timing offers no pattern. What makes this phenomenon particularly frustrating for researchers is its unpredictability. You cannot study what you cannot anticipate. There's no way to position equipment in advance. By the time a skyquake occurs, it's already over. The boom lasts seconds, then silence. Researchers arrive to find nothing but confused witnesses and clear skies. The eyewitness accounts follow the same pattern everywhere. A sudden boom. No warning. No aftershock. No echo. Just a single explosive sound and then nothing. Some describe it as cannon fire. Others say it sounds like a massive door slamming. Some compare it to thunder, but thunder that comes from everywhere and nowhere at once. The consistency of descriptions across cultures and centuries is striking. As the Daily Galaxy notes, people separated by oceans and generations describe remarkably similar experiences. The cultural responses vary. Some communities treated the sounds as omens. Others simply incorporated them into local folklore. But the phenomenon itself remained unchanged. Modern technology should have solved this mystery by now. We have seismographs and weather radar and satellite coverage. We can track objects the size of a softball entering the atmosphere. Yet the skyquakes persist. The instruments detect nothing. The cameras capture nothing. The phenomenon exists in the gap between what we can measure and what people experience. The Daily Galaxy quotes one scientist's observation that captures the frustration. The more we know, the weirder the universe gets. Some mysteries deepen rather than resolve. Perhaps there is no single explanation. Perhaps skyquakes represent a category of sounds with multiple causes, all producing similar results. Multiple mysteries wearing the same mask. Some researchers have essentially given up trying to find a unified theory. They document individual cases and accept that no single mechanism explains them all. If you ever hear an unexplained boom, your first step should be practical. Check local news sources. Check the USGS website for any seismic activity in your area. Military exercises and quarry blasting account for many mysterious booms. Local authorities can often confirm or rule out these mundane explanations within hours. Consider recording any unusual sounds on your phone. Include the time and your exact location. This kind of citizen documentation has value for researchers studying the phenomenon. The Strange Sounds website maintains an ongoing database of reports from around the world. If you experience something unusual, you can contribute to the collective record. If you want to stay up to date with stories like this one, hit subscribe. We cover the unexplained every week sounds, sightings, phenomena that science is still working to understand. The truth is, some mysteries may never be solved. Not because the answer doesn't exist, but because we lack the tools to find it. Some questions arrive before their answers. Future technology may finally capture a skyquake in progress. Sensors we haven't invented yet may detect what current instruments miss. The mystery could resolve tomorrow or never. Until then, the skyquakes continue. Every few months, another report surfaces, another boom from a clear sky. Another community left wondering what they heard. The phenomenon has persisted through every technological era. Gas lamps to electric lights. Telegraph to internet. The skyquakes predate our explanations and outlast our theories. Perhaps that's what makes them so unsettling. Not just the sound itself, but the reminder that our understanding of the world remains incomplete. We have mapped the ocean floor. We have photographed distant galaxies. We have sequenced the human genome. But we cannot explain a sound that people have heard for centuries. The Seneca guns still boom over New York's Finger Lakes. The Mistpoeffers still roll across the Belgian coast. The Uminari still cry from the waters of Japan. Different continents, different languages, different centuries. The same impossible sound, echoing through history, waiting to be heard again. Some nights, the sky is quiet. The air is still. The world goes about its business beneath a ceiling of stars. And then, a boom from nowhere. Windows rattle. Dogs bark. People step outside and look up at nothing. The sky is empty. The sound is gone. And the question remains, What was that? The skyquakes continue. The mystery endures. And somewhere tonight, under a clear sky, someone is about to hear a sound they will never forget. Thanks for listening. Stay curious. Sleep well if you can. The sounds arrive without warning and leave without trace. They exist in the space between what we can measure and what we experience, a gap that science has yet to bridge. According to researchers quoted in BBC Science Focus, traditional detection methods simply fail with this phenomenon. The sounds exist. The instruments disagree. The witnesses are not confused. They know what thunder sounds like. They know what aircraft sound like. This is something else. Something that defies easy categorization. Each report follows the same arc. Confusion first, then investigation, then acceptance that no explanation will come. The mystery becomes just another fact of life in these communities. The locals in Seneca Lake Country have long stopped wondering. The booms are simply part of living there, like the lake itself, like the vineyards, like the changing seasons. In Belgium, the Mistpoeffers have become part of coastal folklore. Children grow up hearing stories of the fog bangs, accepting them as natural as the tides. The Japanese fishermen of the Uminari regions simply listen and note when the sea cries. It is neither feared nor worshipped, merely observed as one observes the weather. Across cultures and centuries, humanity has incorporated these mysterious sounds into daily existence. Not understanding them has never prevented living with them. The phenomenon humbles us. In an age of satellites and sensors, of data and analysis, the skyquakes remind us that nature still holds cards we cannot see. As the Daily Galaxy notes, each new explanation raises more questions than it answers. The solutions proposed have failed to satisfy the accumulated evidence. The mystery may be more interesting than any answer could be. A solved skyquake would be just another atmospheric phenomenon. An unsolved one remains a question asked of the universe itself.